Hello, what is up, y'all? Welcome back. My name is Kay, and today we are going to be talking about episode 2 of Survivor season 42. I like this episode, y'all. Not gonna lie, I like this one just a little bit better than the premiere. I'm super excited to talk about it, but first, if you have not already, make sure you hit the subscribe button below so you can stay updated on Survivor this season. Now, let's get started. This episode starts out with the Oketch tribe returning back to camp after last tribal council. They're feeling a little bit down, of course, after having to vote out a tribe mate and whatnot. We get a really interesting scene where Drea tries to form a women's alliance type of thing with the other two ladies in her tribe. She tells them about the secret advantage that she got when she went up to the mountain in the last episode. She tells them all this information to gain their trust, but that actually ends up putting a huge target on her back. And now the other two ladies kind of want Drea to be voted out because she has this advantage. Rule number 1 of New School Survivor, Drea. Don't just tell people about your advantages, girl. You can't just be telling people this stuff. Anyway, we'll just have to see how this ends up working out for Drea, okay? Back at the Vati tribe, we see Mike find the first immunity idol of the season. It ends up pretty much being the same beware advantage that we saw in the previous season. See, the trick here is that this is an immunity idol that can only be activated once people in the other two tribes find theirs. Once all 3 tribes have found the idol, then they all have to say this like secret kooky phrase during the challenge, and then it's activated. So there's a lot of levels to this. Until all of this happens, Mike actually loses his vote, and that's where the beware part comes in. So right now, technically, Mike is without a vote in the game, and Mike is going to go to Daniel to confide in him about this advantage that he found. He shows Daniel the advantage, he shows him where he hid it, and all that stuff, and he's really telling Daniel everything in order to gain Daniel's trust. But then, of course, Daniel immediately goes and tells Chanelle everything. He snitches to Chanelle about all Mike's secrets. And now those two are trying to get rid of Mike because they know that he has an advantage in the game. Look, I'm gonna just say it again. Rule number 2 of Survivor. Do not just be telling people about your advantages for no reason. Like, come on, y'all. Damn, Mike. Come on, man. Now we are on to the Taku Tribe, which has some of my favorite players. I really love when Survivor takes a minute to just slow down with all the advantage and game talk and just really talk about the people. I love it when they show the players just having casual conversations and talking about their lives and families and stuff like that. And the scene that they showed with Marya talking about her brother who passed away from COVID really showed that. Maryanne was also giving me life in this episode, okay? She's very silly and just like a little bit ditzy, but that's okay. She's just being herself and she's living her best life. I mean, she's like, what, 23? She might be a little bit too old to still be talking about crushes on boys the way she is and stuff like that, but she's fine, okay? The girl is fine. I'ma just let her live. Omar and Jonathan are also a really unlikely odd couple on this tribe. I wasn't expecting these two to be working together. They got the brains and the brawn. Hey, it works for them. I'm here for it. Good luck to y'all. We get to this week's immunity challenge, and it's the Blindfold challenge, which I love. It's definitely one of my favorites to watch. The Blindfold challenges are always such a freaking dumpster fire train wreck, and I love it. The challenge begins, and with my girl Lydia leading the charge for her team, Team Vati wins. Also, with Drea calling the shots, Team Ika wins second place. This means that unfortunately, the Taku Tribe will be heading to Tribal Council. Back at the Taku camp, it is immediately looking like it's either going to be Marya or Maryanne on the chopping block. Those two ladies really seem to be the only two options, and I'm kind of wondering why. I'm just wondering if any of the other 3 players' names are thrown out at all, because it really didn't seem to be any pushback. Like, I don't know, maybe other people were being considered. This is just one of those times where I really, really wish they would just show us just a little bit more on the show, you know? Later that night at tribal council, everybody comes in, and at first it's pretty normal and generic and pretty blasé. You know, everybody's, you know, pretty much giving the same spiel about how we're a family, it's so hard to vote out family, this is so hard, this is so tough, yada yada yada. Things do get a little bit fun when Maryanne brings up her crush on Zach again at the tribal council, which again is like a little bit naive, but it's also pretty adorable. Marya didn't think so though. Marya was rolling her eyes hardcore the whole time. The votes are cast and Marya is nervous, so she's going to go and play her shot in the dark. But as we see, Jeff reveals a piece of paper saying that it did not work and that Marya is not safe. The votes are read and we see that Marya is the one that is unanimously voted out of her tribe. I thought this decision was fine, I guess. I don't know. I feel like I don't really know enough about why Marya specifically was chosen to say. But I do find Maryanne a little bit more entertaining to watch, so I'm glad that she is still in the game. So, what did you all think about the decision to vote out Marya? Let me know in the comments below. Also, let me know about what you thought of this episode as a whole. As I was saying, I did actually think this episode was a little bit better than the premiere. You know, it got a little bit spicier. And of course, we got to know the characters just a little bit more. I'm really excited to see how the season is going to play out. I'm hoping that it doesn't feel like such a copycat of last season, since they're using a lot of the same twists and advantages and things like that, but we'll just have to see. Make sure to hit the subscribe button below just so you can stay updated on Survivor as the season plays out. I will talk to you all later. Bye.